77 Camaro has some rust issues. We know it was flooded, but as we've said before, generally it's very sound. So I've got to repair the hole in the floor. Front floor pan looks okay. That's all good. So basically to probably about there, we're okay. There's a cross member here, so we want to cut close to that. So this is literally rust from when it was flooded.
Yeah.
It's rotted its way down, not up, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because all the cross members are solid, all the suspension joints, hangers and everything are solid. So it's just literally a visual repair as such.
Just more an aesthetical.
Yes, the only bit I've got to get right is that hole there and that hole there, because that's the seat mounts, yeah, but there's a big cross member there.
Right.
So we'll peel the top of that off.
So when you first reveal this, what's your first game plan? How do you approach it?
Just work out, you obviously got to get back to clean metal, yeah?
Okay.
So repair that as a section.
Yeah.
And you've got some rust here, look. So you cut that out, just that's an overlay panel as such, and when you cut it out you can see what is under there, yeah?
Okay.
So you want to try and preserve what is under there a bit more if you can, so maybe some gloss black paint or something like that before you weld the panel back over the top.
Yeah.
Anything like that, just wax oil, leave a hole in it, put wax oil in it, doesn't matter, just as long as it's got some protection, yeah?
Okay.
So we've got a nice solid mount there, because you've got a cross member there. That's got a double floor area in it. Got a fuel line running around there, so we're going to have to be careful of that. Yeah, so basically cut it back to good metal.
Yeah.
And then go from there. Like I say, that's the only bit we've got to worry about, but because you've got a cross member there underneath, we know the height, so that's not the end of the world. And also, when you put floor pans in or whatever, say you cut it there, you want to put your repair panel in overlapping, yeah? So that way you've got a cross member there, you can get a nice stitch on the cross member across, so it's nice and strong. But this isn't a strength issue realistically. So what we've got to do is work out roughly where we're going to cut it out and cut it out, which is noisy and horrible. A lot of these things it's easier to leave a little bit of that lip down, yeah? So if you can get it back to here and it's halfway sensible metal, then you can, when you bring it up, you can just weld along the top, yeah?
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll just get a bit short. I'm more worried about, I'll get the jacket back up, we've got to get that fuel line out of the way. It's about there, that cross member. Always cut out smaller than what you want to take out, yeah? And then you grind it back to see if you've got good metal. If you have to cut some more out later, you just cut some more out later, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Right, there's a couple of clips on there, that should do us. Undo those and just let it drop down. Should be far enough out of the way for the moment.
So all you were doing there was just moving that fuel line, were you?
Yeah, just undo a couple of clips in there, just pulled it down. It's only a couple of inches, but I mean it's very, very well protected, but you don't want to put a grinder through it or anything like that, you know.
No. That's all nice and solid.
that bit's okay, it's just that couple of bits there, isn't it? Okay, so I think we're back to solid now.
So you're just tidying that up and getting rid of all any...
Yeah, just to say, because obviously there's no, it doesn't need to be strong, but you lay your pan over, yeah, and then under here you get some welds on it,
yeah,
and along the edge of that, so it's all nice and strong, you know. Probably put that bit in as another section. Just do this floor pan here first,
yeah,
because you know you're level to there roughly. We'll bash that down a bit. Yeah, so probably you want to make it as easy as you can. So if you start doing convoluted shapes and everything, it all becomes a pain in the arse.
yeah.
So just do that as a square, and then weld that bit in afterwards.
Yeah.
It's just easier that way, you know. Because we've got to put some sort of rise on this side of it, so it's all a bit playing around. And he's back level. Right. Right, so we've got to make a plate to go in there now, yeah? I'm pretty sure in saying that all MOT welding now has to be full welded, not just stitch welded. But that's an irrelevant point, because anywhere near a seatbelt mount, anything within 30 centimetres of a main chassis member or body mount, you have to be fully welded.
Yeah.
So I can't just do an inch, leave an inch, do an inch, leave an inch. It has to be welded all the way around, yeah?
Okay.
So now we've just got to start making a plate up. Go and have a look, see what metal we got.
Have you got a template?
Nope. Now it's all pretty much do it by eye, you know. Work out where you want to go, what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because we're fairly flat to there, but then you've got a kink up there. We'll try and get some radius. This get away with just being square, just radius the corners and weld that in, but that bit of the back's going to be a bit different. It's a bit thicker than what I'd normally use, but I haven't got anything else, so that'll have to do. 20 by 17, see how we get on with that. None of this has got to be square or accurate or anything, you know, it's just a patch. Oh,
What? You seem to be struggling this morning.
I am.
Why is that? Any particular reason?
Got very drunk last night. Broke the cardinal rule. School night and went on to shorts.
Oh.
So we've got a starting point now. And we want to put a fold on there. So let's start with that one. Right, that'll bash in. Doing floor pans, what I normally do is over bend where you want to go, and you can just bash it back in. Right, that'll do for that. So we'll put a radius on that in a minute. So in that way, before I put the pan in, I can just put a flap round it.
Yeah.
So we know it's all right. Right, just going to put a little fold in there. Right, just need a bit more of a fold on that. It doesn't matter when you're making things like this, if you cut a bit out, you can always weld a bit back in, it doesn't matter. You just want to get a basic floor pan shape, you know. Better. Right, so we need to trim him down a little bit, don't we? Take that corner out of there. Right, let's go and put a couple of swages in that, I think.
What are those lines you just put in?
Well, the floor dips down in there, so you want to get it close to that profile if you can.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you literally just do it with a hammer here. Well, it doesn't make any difference how you do it, as long as it just tapers into it. Right, we'll bend him in a bit more there. Right, that's better. That'll hold.
Why did you take those corners out?
Because you've got two sharp angles going like that where it's folded.
Yeah.
And obviously they stick upright and you've got a radius there, so it'd never go in there.
Okay.
So just take the corner out and put a little plate in there when it's welded back in.
That makes sense.
Now, I've got to clean it all up a bit more before we start trying to weld it in.
Why do you hammer it?
Just to get your edges in nice and tight before you weld it.
But you weld in spots and then hammer it. Is that to level out the metal against metal?
No, all I've done is just tack that to stop it moving.
Yeah.
Level that against that bit. Yeah, so you just hammer it down to where you want it. Sometimes you have to hold it with a screwdriver.
Okay. How long does it take for the weld to adhere, settle and dry and cool?
5 seconds.
Yeah, it's quick, isn't it?
Yeah, not long. That's it.
Done, yeah.
Basically what I've got to do now, there's two ways of doing it. You can either make your little patches up or just weld that in completely.
Yeah.
Makes no difference whichever way you do it. let's make some corners up. Ew. Right, one more bit.
It's looking good.
Yeah, yeah, make that bit, and lay that bit in, and then we'll sort out and address what's going on up here. All of that, basically, obviously your arse will fall through the floor if you didn't do that, but all of that there,
Yeah.
it looks bad, but it's not actually structural.
Yeah.
You just lay a plate, you know, cut out the bad bits and just lay a plate over the top.
See, it does you the power good, doesn't it? Eh?
Oh yeah, great when you got hangover.